I'm hoping you don't mind that I do a video again. What I did is I've taken your resume and I've downloaded it into my computer. I'm on a Mac, so I'm not in Word, so I know that some of these alignments might not look the same on your computer. It might look totally normal, and my advice when you're all done is to export it as a PDF so that it will look the same no matter what device you open it on. So some of the fixes that I might make, you might not even have to make on your end. Starting at the top, I think all of this is fine. In here, where you said a dynamic individual, I would go with educator who values education and perpetuates professionalism with goals to help students be successful in, and I would say instead of in their academics, I would get rid of this and say to be successful academically, social, emotionally, I might put that last, and maybe personally. You might want to, and I hate how it goes to a new line, so I would play with the spacing there if I could, or the wording, to try and keep it just to 2 lines, but just to give you an idea of what you could put in there. Down here, Bridgewater, all of this looks great. This is probably just an alignment thing. There we go. Licenses, all of that looks great. Let me just move this over. I know this probably looks right on yours, just to make sure that we've looked at all of them. Progressively gained responsibility culminating in total operation of classroom, organized, planned, and instructed activities in all academic areas for a first grade class, effectively manage classroom behavior and discipline for class. And I would say positive discipline for all students. Tutor for various positions, which is fine. Oh, up here, all of your states use the capital letters for them. Worked effectively with many students in a wide range of ages, kindergarten to high school. So I would write K-12, and that keeps it all on one line. Oops. With many students from K to 12, and then there you go. That way you're keeping it all on one line. Dance teacher, lovely dance studio. I'm just fixing the date here. Someone's coming to talk to me. I'm gonna hit pause. Yes?
Can I make a suggestion for a class?
Sure.
Dumpster drive.
Dumpster drive, there you go. Get into your drive
The
and
dumpster drive.
there you go. Dumpster driving, yeah.
That is how it's like the dumpster drive. Right? You're dumpster driving, looking for stuff.
There you go. I keep telling you not to look in there.
You can't avoid it. You know?
Yep.
It's like, what? So, I don't know. Sometime we get a chance to, I want to go through the email. I've got to stop all notifications coming.
Oh, geez, yeah.
I've got to figure out where that is. I'm on Google Classroom too.
Yep.
You can't go into next year like this. I don't want any of this stuff. You know?
Yeah, it adds up fast, that's for sure.
Oh, it's overwhelming. You just look at it and go, oh my God. I have 2,800 things in there. I always has an empty inbox. My entire career, empty inbox. Can't even sort.
No, mine gets up to 20 and I get stressed out. I try to keep it
Yeah.
under.
It's like delete all. When this year is over, delete all.
There you
all.
go.
Gone.
All right. Sorry about that, Allie. I couldn't figure out how to pause it. My job is to help teachers with technology, so they also like to complain about some things that they don't want me to help them with. Okay, so I'm back up here. We fixed the date. Taught dance to children ages 2 to 7. Effectively managed behavior in the dance classroom, provided explicit instruction to students in tap and ballet classes. I think those are all fine. If in any of these, especially your student teacher one, if you were able to teach any special programs, like let's say Wonders or Read Naturally, or any type of program that has a name that you learned or employed, I would try and add another bullet, because we've kind of squished up your bullets. You have space to do that. So add anything that's specific to your student teaching experience, because frankly what you've written here is the same thing every other person has done in their student teaching. So if you're going to put things in there, they really should be more about the unique things that you did, like if you ran an after school club, or if you did progress monitoring, or I have no idea what it is that the cooperating teacher let you do. And again, they're all different and how much control they'll give up, but I would try and put that in there as well. And so the less generic, the better. Same thing with even dance teaching, like if there are certain things that you did to get ready for a recital, or that you had to choreograph, 7 numbers for whatever it was. That type of stuff makes you stand out more than the generic thing that every teacher does or every dance teacher does. Hopefully that makes sense. Volunteer experience. These are all good too. I think that my spacing has changed it to all, there we go, that's all on one page, although this now has popped down to the next page. If you can get a section to not divide, and maybe it doesn't on your screen, like I said, it might look totally different. So just a reminder, if you can keep a section from dividing from one page to the next, that's a good thing. You can do that by changing the margins on the side and adjusting the margins top and bottom, and that gives you a little bit more space. Down here, these are a little tricky to follow because you have the name of it, a description, and a date. The name of it, a description, and a date. And some of them don't really have a description. So like this one, I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to move the date over. And actually what I'll do too is I'm going to bold the dates. You might want to consider that above. We'll see what it looks like. There. So now we have the Brockton Area Prevention Collaborative. We have the date, which is now going to bump to the next line. Nope, it didn't. Yay. There we go. And then the same thing here. So sketching nature, and then X and V, and move this over. And then bold it. I'm sure you're getting the idea. I won't do all of them because that would be boring to watch me do all that fun stuff, and you're still going to have to do it anyway because this is not your working copy. And then that gives you also a little bit more room to put a description. If you need to change it or add to it, you don't need periods. It sounds really weird, but in a resume, either you'd use them or you don't use them. There is no in between, so grab those and take them out. So you want to move those around. If you decide to bold your dates down here, then you should bold your dates up here. Like that should all be bold. There you go. And then we move it in here. And now everything under it isn't. So I think, again, this is all just your preference, what you like to see. You could also unbold this part here, whichever you want to do. So again, it's personal preference, but I think the dates being bold across from the title being bold balances it out nicely. So that gives you some stuff to do in here. And then this is other stuff that you've done. Just follow the same format. Again, at the top, you've put in that you're a key holder. That is something that stands out. Not everybody that works at a store has that responsibility. So again, anything that makes you stand out as a different, unique, special, more hireable employee is what you want to put in these little things, not something that anybody in any store could put down. You don't want somebody to be able to just slap their name on your resume who did something similar and have it be no different at all. And then references, I would center this. Not that it is a big deal. Range. I'm using Pages and I forgot how to center, but basically that's what I would do is I would say, oh, there it is. Right there. So I would center it. So that still gives you a good amount of space. Again, if you have some type of website or online presence, I would include that maybe in this section here above it. Like I said, they'll look for you anyway, so you might as well point to yourself anyway and say, look here, and that gives them something to focus on. So hopefully this helps. Don't be afraid to send it back again if you want me to look again, or we can move on to whatever it is that you want to work on next. But thanks for listening. Sorry this is so long. No, how do I stop it? Here we go.